3-0 Miami as we go to the bottom of the second. Frank Forte and Patrick Murray with you. Joined now in the booth by Florida Atlantic President Adam Hasner, who threw out the first pitch tonight. It was a little high, but you threw it straight. You didn't embarrass yourself throwing it toward the dugouts.
60 feet, 6 inches is a lot longer at 56 years old than it was at about 18 years old. So.
That's true.
As Michael Peraza leads off for the Owls, you're at all these different Florida Atlantic sporting events. I've seen you everywhere from soccer to tennis to you name it. Where does the interest in sports and your background come into play?
Yeah, so I grew up here in Palm Beach County, Palm Beach Gardens, so I'm a hometown guy and played pretty much every sport growing up, including 4 years of baseball at Palm Beach Gardens High School. So always a baseball fan, but always a sports fan, and just love being out around the students, our student athletes, and really too, my wife and I, we spend a lot of time at a lot of events on campus, not just athletic events, whether it's theater or lifelong learning. But these student athletes are our brand ambassadors, and we love coming out to support them, and we love just being part of the community. And that's what this is all about, supporting your hometown team. And it's great to see a great crowd out here tonight.
John Martinez, the hitter, against TJ Coates. You said to me right before we came on, you always wanted to sit in this chair.
This would be, I would tell you, it was more likely growing up that I would be a sports broadcaster than a university president. So I feel really comfortable sitting up here. I ended up going to law school. I ended up going into public service. But this is kind of a dream come true sitting here with you guys, getting ready to call a little.
Well, if the inning goes long enough, you can take over.
Yeah, we should let him call an inning here. Check that one off the bucket list. But President Hasner, a lot of people talk about athletics as the front porch of the university. How do you see the role in athletics in growing a university?
Yeah, well, it's been a huge asset to Florida Atlantic. If you think back through the years, we've had extremely competitive sports teams, and then whether it was through football, and then more recently with basketball and our run to the Final Four. It's really important to galvanize this community. But for me, I don't necessarily always call it a front porch. I call it an on-ramp, because we're trying to find ways to get people to engage with the university, not just look at it, but how do we get them onto campus? And so you think about all the different ways, all the different NCAA teams that we have, but then we have our Lifelong Learning Institute for those in the community for enrichment and education, and we also have a great arts and culture theater. That looked like a line drive to left center. Yep.
But the center fielder, Peralta, has a beat on it. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Coates. Do you want to stick around another half inning?
I would love to.
Okay, we'll be back with President Adam Hasner as we go to the top of the third. Top of the third inning, Miami leads at 3-0 against Florida Atlantic. Braden Gilson on to continue on the mound for Florida Atlantic. We're joined by Florida Atlantic President, again, Adam Hasner. All right, we'll have one more question for you, then you can take over play-by-play. You just had your first anniversary as president of the school. What do you look back on the first year here as far as accomplishments, either for yourself or as the university?
Yeah, I think this is a university on the rise, just becoming a top 100 public university, U.S. News and World Report rankings, but also becoming one of only 13 universities in the entire country to achieve 3 specific designations: a top-tier research university, an opportunity university for greater access to college and higher postgraduate earnings, and a community engagement classification university. And so when you think about what that means, it means we're an innovator in discovery, we're changing lives as an engine of economic mobility for our students, and we really are integrated with our local community and our region from Fort Lauderdale to Fort Pierce. So it has been a great year. It's an exciting time. We're going to have our largest graduating class in a couple of weeks, 4,300 students, and we're going to have a large freshman class entering in fall of 2026. We had 59,000 applications for the class of fall 2026 freshmen that are going to be about 4,600 students. So it's an exciting time to be an Owl, and it's an exciting time for this community, and they're coming out to support their hometown university.
Well, some of our students are working camera tonight. Derek Williams tapped back to the pitcher, so Alex Sosa's up. You can take over, President Hasner.
So it's a foul ball down the third base line. I was watching this pitcher I had mentioned to you, coming in from below the south of the equator there. Reminds me of that Oakland A's pitcher that they highlighted in Moneyball.
Oh, yeah.
Little unorthodox, but.
Was that Eckersley in Moneyball? Chad Bradford. Chad Bradford.
Thanks for the name check there. Ground ball first. It's going to flip it to the pitcher. Little 3-1.
Very good.
You're keeping score at home.
Small to Juntonen for the out.
2 outs here in the top of the third.
I keep score the old-fashioned way. I still do it by hand.
I love it. I'm sure there are computer programs.
Yeah, there are, but I enjoy.
We're showing our age, Frank.
More involved.
We're showing our age.
I go with the computer now. I can keep score by hand. I'm not that young, but I go with the computer.
So I've always felt this is Brylan West up, pitch high and outside.
RBI double his first time up.
I found it interesting to see some of these pitchers now, rather than going to the windup, starting off in the stretch. So interesting. Just a bit outside, 2-0.
That's a good observation. A lot of guys have started doing that lately because it's easier for them to repeat their mechanics, and then they can command their pitches better by being able to repeat their mechanics with a simpler motion.
Little strike on the outside corner, 2 balls, 1 strike. Maybe next year when I throw out the first pitch, we're gonna go from the stretch instead of in a windup.
There you go.
That's a good idea.
But I did go back to the rubber though, so there we go. Outside 3-1. We have 2 outs here in the top of the third. Miami with a 3-run lead, 3-0, 3 runs on 3 hits.
Was there an announcer that you listened to when you were young that you really admired?
Yeah, so pop up down the right field line, out of play. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count. Yeah, so I grew up a Braves fan growing up here in Palm Beach County. So you talk about, Skip Carey, that whole crowd. That was back in the days when in a Braves game in Fulton County Stadium you could count the attendance with your hands. So it was tough being a Braves fan through the 70s and 80s, and then never really closed the deal in the 90s. 3-2 pitch, lined into right field, base hit. Right fielder coming over. We'll get it back in. A little single there for Mr. West.
He's 2 for 2 tonight.
2 for 2. That one I didn't pick up. 2 for 2. And now Alonzo Alvarez, he's the catcher coming up for Miami.
Popped up to third his first time up. I used to listen to Skip Carey for Hawks basketball.
Oh, he did. Yeah, they all did. That was all TBS.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Runner on first, 2 out, top of the third, 3-0 Miami. First pitch a strike, 0-1.
I'm telling you, with a little prep work, you could do this.
Yeah, we just came up here cold. I was told just come up to the box. Line down the left field line, foul ball.
You never know what's going to happen when you get on with Patrick and I.
I'm ready. You guys do a great job. I get to listen to you and appreciate all you guys do for Florida Atlantic and Florida Atlantic sports. We have an 0-2 count, 2 outs, top of the third. Let's see if he can't get us out of here without any damage in the top of the third. Here's the 0-2 pitch. High and outside, 1-2. It's a beautiful night for baseball. This is paradise, clearly. Obviously, University of Miami probably used to this weather as well, but.
And we had great weather last weekend for the UAB series, and that's.
Oh, that looked pretty good there. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
Yeah, you can.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say that was close. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on first, 2 outs here in the top of the third. And here's the 2-2 pitch. High and outside. Going to a full count. Runner will be going from first here with 2 outs in the Top of the third with a full count.
That's awareness right there.
Don't look so surprised that I know that.
That's awareness.
Yeah, don't look so surprised. I haven't done this in a long time. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Lined into left field. Going to be a base hit. One hopper to the left fielder. Runner will stop at second. It'll be first and second with 2 outs here in the top of the third. That's going to bring up Vance Shahan, who flew out to left field his first at-bat, but he's here with runners on first and second now here for the University of Miami.
You can tell President Hasner's getting better as he's getting more reps here.
That's what it's all about. It's all
Just need some reps.
It's all about getting reps.
No doubt.
I did have the opportunity in between innings. I don't know if anybody picked it up, but we had QB1 in the audience here in the stands. Caden Veltkamp was here, so excited to see him, looking great, and you know, he's getting his reps in right now, coming off the injury. So we're excited about football season in the fall. First game, September 5th. Happens to also be the First Lady's birthday. She's going to be spending it in Gainesville with us.
Yes, we open with
that'll be fun.
Here's the top of the third. Line drive into right field. Here comes the throw at the plate. He's going to be, he's got him. Threw him out, 9-2. Cuts him down, and that'll end the top of the third. It's 3-0 Miami. FAU coming to bat. Great being with you. It's a great day in paradise.
Thanks, President Hasner. Appreciate you.